Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Muhyo to Ryoji episode 5. So last episode, Muhyo and Rouji went to the association headquarters, where they were summoned so that Ryoji could take his test to become, get a promotion. And so Muhyo could talk to, them about the guy that they're having trouble with. I can't remember his name. But he doesn't like Muhyo. Apparently they used to be friends, but as Muhyo puts it, he got jealous of his talent and went over to the dark side. Anyway, so they go through their portal, and I cannot remember the name of the girl, but she ends up jumping in as well and goes with them. It's where we meet their judge friend, Yoichi, I believe is his name. It's the only... Yep, Yoichi. The pervert of the show. As the first thing he does is grab the girl's boobs. Which gets him slapped, but still. Anyway, he and Muhyo go to talk about this dude that's come back, their friend. And Rouji and the girl go around town for a little bit until it's time for him to take his test. And they end up going to this library where he's like looking for, I think it was this magazine or whatever that had Muhyo in it. But it was gone because that guy that they're after is there and took it and burned it. The girl noticed this because she saw the ashes and pieces of the magazine floating in the air, and she grabbed one of the pieces that had Muhyo's face on it. Anyway, the bell rings before she gets there, and he runs. Rouji runs to where he needs to go to take the test, kind of bumping into her, and just runs off. So he goes there along with Muhyo and their friend and her. Well, actually the judge isn't there yet, but Muhyo and Ryoji are there. And the guy, I guess the teacher or the exam, the dude in charge of the exam, is telling them, the instructions on what they're going to be doing for this test. And the girl is up on like a second floor overlooking from a balcony type area. And that's when the judge walks over and kind of sits down, and he is not being his normal self. He's got like these little mouths that are appearing all around him. And she screams, causing them to all go up and check to see what's going on. And Ryoji notices, so does Muhyo, he knows what's going on. And she ends up like touching his face. And you see one of the mouths appear on her hand. Apparently this spirit can transfer from person to person just by touch. So anybody that has this spirit already in them and touches somebody else can transfer some of it over to them. By the time the test is about to start, everybody in there, except for Rouji and Muhyo, have a part of this spirit. He then, I think he, touches the girl's hand or something to see what would happen, and nothing seems to happen. And then the judge kind of looks back at him and is trying to talk to him, and he sees the mouth appear on him again, and then he looks at his hand and the mouth appears on his hand. and he screams, even though as they're coming down from the balcony, Muhyo tells him, don't scream no matter what. Apparently because this spirit thrives on like chaos. So the more out of control everything gets, because once he screamed, everybody started noticing it and they were freaking out. So the more powerful it gets. Muhyo is doing a spell already. He has this little red, like goblin type thing going around the city looking for the main body of the spirit. And it ends up killing it. So everybody that is infected is cured now. It then tries to attack that dude who's after Muhyo. But he kills the spirit, or the law that he sent. And the page that had that law on it, like, burned up. So I guess if you destroy whatever punishment you've sent to this to the spirit, like if that spirit kills it, that law, I guess, is gone. Because yeah, he does that, it burns up, and Rouji ends up leaving. Like, he walks out of the building. Muhyo asks him, where he's at, and I think it was the judge who tells him that he left. It was either him or the girl that said that he left, said that he didn't want to be a bother for you anymore. And Muhyo calls him like an idiot or something, and they go after him. I'm assuming this episode is just going to pick up right where I left off, because it ended with the judge getting ready to tell him the story of that guy and them, like how they really know each other and what happened between them to cause this guy to go and be evil. So, yeah. I'm assuming it's going to pick up right from there, and we're going to get into the backstory. So, let's get into this. See if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.